The reality of Roman Reigns' secret ally. Nick Khan reacts to WWE criticism. Cameron fires back at Jey Uso. Jey Uso confirms Jada Parker link. Charlotte controls Ric Flair's socials. Battle Royal winner leaked. Nikki Bella status in doubt. CM Punk explains his name. The Rock hints at Mania 42 status. And before diving deeper, ask yourself this. Which of these stories has caught your attention the most so far? And which one are you most excited to see unfold as the big weekend approaches? Because things are only getting more intense from here, as we start with Nick Khan addressing WWE's recent struggles and fan concerns in a way that might surprise you. As WWE President Nick Khan made it clear that he is not losing sleep over the criticism surrounding WrestleMania 42, despite ongoing complaints about ticket prices, storyline pacing, and overall build-up to the event. And instead of reacting defensively, Khan suggested that fans should hold their judgment until after the show concludes, emphasizing that WWE storytelling often takes time to fully pay off, which raises an interesting question. Do you think fans are too quick to judge before seeing the final product? Or is the criticism justified given the build-up so far? Khan pointed out that both main events, Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship on Night 1, and CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship on Night 2, carry significant emotional weight and layered storytelling, especially because WWE continues to blur the lines between reality and scripted entertainment, something the company believes enhances the viewing experience and creates genuine unpredictability. And if you think about it, isn't that uncertainty part of what makes wrestling so compelling in the first place? Khan also explained that one of the biggest challenges WWE faces today compared to past eras is the longevity of its performers, as advancements in training and sports science have allowed wrestlers to extend their careers far beyond what was once typical, which ironically makes surprise returns less likely because fewer legends are both available and physically capable of competing at a high level. And when you consider names from the late 90s or early 2000s, how many of them could realistically step back into the ring today and perform at WrestleMania level? Khan reinforced this point by referencing legends like Stone Cold Steve Austin and Kurt Angle, noting issues like
early retirement or ongoing health concerns, making it clear that the lack of surprise appearances is not just a creative decision, but often a practical limitation. And this naturally leads to another question. Should WWE rely less on nostalgia and focus more on building new stars for the future? Which is exactly what Khan says the company is prioritizing as it prepares for a transition period where current top stars begin to move past their peak years. Despite minor dips in attendance, which he described as negligible at around 1 to 2%, Khan insists there is no cause for concern, especially since WWE had already anticipated fluctuations following John Cena's retirement tour, a storyline that was designed to feel like a series of final appearances for fans across different cities. And now the focus has shifted toward developing the next generation of headliners. So do you think WWE is handling this transition the right way? Or should they be doing more to maintain momentum during this shift? Moving on to Cameron addressing his heated altercation with Jey Uso, and things are far from settled between the two, as Cameron made it clear he is not backing down, and even hinted that their conflict could escalate further during WrestleMania weekend, describing himself as resilient after the incident and brushing off any suggestion that he was seriously affected, while also confirming that he will be present in Las Vegas, which immediately raises the stakes, because what are the chances these two cross paths again in such a high-profile environment? Cameron also addressed the viral moment where he was seen using a scooter, clarifying that it had nothing to do with an injury and was simply a matter of convenience, but then shifted his focus directly onto Uso, accusing him of using the altercation as a publicity stunt ahead of WrestleMania, and even questioning his position within the bloodline.
Which is a bold claim, considering the legacy tied to that faction. And it makes you wonder, is Cameron just stirring the pot for attention, or does he genuinely believe what he is saying? As he continued to escalate the situation by promising that something would happen if they encountered each other again, leaving fans speculating about a potential confrontation. And given how tensions originally boiled over during a podcast recording, do you think WWE might capitalize on this real-life heat and turn it into an on-screen storyline? Because that would not be the first time reality has influenced WWE narratives. Shifting focus to Jey Uso confirming his relationship with Jada Parker, And while it may not be as explosive as some of the other stories, it certainly caught the attention of fans, as Jey casually acknowledged the relationship during an interview, referring to her as the standout woman in her scene, without going into too much detail, which leaves just enough mystery to keep people talking. And if you have been following Jey's journey, do you think this personal reveal adds another layer to his character heading into WrestleMania? Or is it simply a moment of transparency with fans? Either way, it shows how personal lives can sometimes intersect with public personas in wrestling. Now, turning to Charlotte Flair stepping in to manage Ric Flair's social media presence, and this story adds a mix of humor and insight into the dynamics between the two, as Charlotte admitted that she occasionally takes control of her father's accounts when things start getting out of hand, essentially putting him in what she jokingly described as timeout, which paints a vivid picture of how even legends like Ric Flair can sometimes need someone to rein them in.
And it raises an interesting question. Should public figures have someone managing their online presence more closely, or is that part of what makes them authentic? Charlotte also expressed admiration for her father's unapologetic personality and willingness to own his past mistakes, which has contributed to his lasting appeal across generations. But at the same time, she recognizes the need to step in when necessary, showing a balance between respect and responsibility. Moving on to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, where reports suggest that the winner may have already been decided, with Royce Keys rumored to come out on top. And if this turns out to be true, it would mark a significant moment for someone who has only recently debuted on SmackDown, especially considering his dominant performances in recent matches. And this leads to a simple but intriguing question. Do you enjoy knowing potential spoilers ahead of time, or do you prefer to be completely surprised when watching live events? Because opinions on this tend to vary widely among fans. Now focusing on the uncertainty surrounding Nikki Bella, which has introduced a level of unpredictability to the women's division just days before WrestleMania, as reports indicate her in-ring status is unclear following an ankle injury sustained in a recent match. And with a major title opportunity on the line in a fatal four-way tag match, this situation could have significant implications for the entire division. And it makes you wonder, should WWE adjust the match if she is unable to compete, or push forward regardless of the circumstances? As fans await official confirmation, attention also turns to CM Punk revealing the true origin of his ring name, a story that adds depth to one of wrestling's most recognizable identities, as Punk explained that the name dates back to his teenage years, when he was labeled a punk by adults, something he chose to embrace rather than reject, eventually carrying it into his early wrestling days and beyond. And what makes this story even more interesting is that he nearly abandoned the name when he began formal training, only to be encouraged by his trainers to keep it, which ultimately proved to be a defining decision
in his career. And it raises a fascinating question. Would CM Punk have achieved the same level of success under a different name, or was this identity a crucial part of his rise? Finally turning to The Rock, who has seemingly confirmed that he will not be part of WrestleMania 42 in the way many fans had hoped, as he revealed plans to leave Las Vegas and return home to celebrate his daughter's birthday, effectively ruling out any major involvement during the event, despite earlier speculation fueled by his absence from WWE programming and past connections to ongoing storylines. And while this may disappoint some fans, it also highlights the importance of personal priorities, even for someone as iconic as The Rock. And it makes you ask, would you rather see surprise appearances at the cost of personal moments, or respect these decisions when they happen? Bringing everything full circle to the truth about Roman Reigns' rumored secret ally, which has been a major topic of speculation following a video that led fans to believe Randy Orton might be secretly aligned with him. But closer inspection has made it clear that the person in question is not Orton, despite initial assumptions based on appearance and context. And while this may put the rumors to rest for now, WWE is known for unexpected twists, so the possibility of a surprise alliance cannot be completely ruled out. And as WrestleMania draws closer, the anticipation continues to build, leaving one final question lingering. What surprises do you think WWE still has in store for both nights of the event? And are we about to witness one of the most unpredictable WrestleManias in recent memory, or something entirely different altogether?